go from there. So, hold on one second. Let me check. Okay. So I am pressing record in 1, 2, 3. I want to record on this computer. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's class of FBE University. My name is Lindsey Walker, publicist and CEO of PR Mentality. I'm also the founder of a movement called PR Girls Do It Better, where we equip and empower women in business to get their brands right. I have with me the lovely, amazing, talented, gorgeous, all that good stuff, Ronnika, and my PR sister, who is she's the director, the PR director of IG and PR here in Atlanta, Georgia. She works with some amazing clients. She also is the creator of PR for a Day. And so we will be diving right into tonight's content where she'll be going into DIY PR tactics. We'll be talking about how you can get your brand featured in publications like Black Enterprise, Essence, so on and so forth, how you can really build your brand visibility platform, and also how you can just learn the ins and outs of PR, learn what it is to pitch, and learn how to build relationships with people. So she's going to dive into that, and then after that, we're going to take questions, and then I'm going to follow through with the next segment. So that's how tonight's going to go. Make sure that you guys are following us on media. We are on Instagram at PR Girls Do It Better, and we are also on Facebook at PR Girls Do It Better. And you guys know you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Periscope at Lynn PR Mentality. Now we got all that stuff out the way. Ronnika.
Hi, hello everyone. Hi. I'm actually going live as well, so hey everybody.
Awesome. So what we really want to do tonight, we have a lot of aspiring publicists on the call that catch the replays. We also have a lot of women in business that are ready to go to the next level. So kind of walk us through the steps of what it takes for you to handle your own PR and publicity campaign.
Okay. Well, first, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Ronnika Ann. I am the owner of IGN PR. And like she said before, I also own a consulting service called PR for a Day. It's consulting and training, and we have a few books over at PR for a Day. So I'm actually going to share some tips from those books today. The first book is PR for a Day Pocket Guide. This is basically like a quick short book you can put in your pocket and take it every day with you. And it can give you tips of, just of what you want to do that week, and give you tips of what you want to do that month. It can actually give you tips of what you want to do year long. So that is one, PR for a Day Pocket Guide. And of course I have Putting the PR Back in Entrepreneurship Part 1. This is my first book. And it basically talks about PR tips from the outside of your brand. So social media, press releases, different things like that. So today's conversation is really going to come from the first book. And then I also have Putting the PR Back in Entrepreneurship Part 2. And that talks about the inside of your brand. So how do you keep that strong foundation? How do you stand any storm? How do you continue going on when a legal battle is going on? So that's just a little bit about me before I go into my spiel. But like she said, just some do-it-yourself tips. We have upcoming publicists on the call and some entrepreneurs. So you want to talk about self-branding, or are we talking about branding for their clients, Lindsey?
So we're talking about both self-branding and also branding for clients.
Okay, perfect. Well, I can talk a little bit about self-branding first. I know that's the hardest thing, but when you are a business owner, you have to understand that your life is no longer, or any of your social media platforms are no longer private. So you have to create a business alter ego. If you're like me and you're very shy about what goes on in your personal life, or if you're very private, I create a business alter ego. So my name is Ronnika Joyner, but my business name is Ronnika Ann. So Ronnika Ann is a CEO. She's a boss. She has multiple clients. She's written books. She's on stage speaking. But Ronnika Joyner is a 28-year-old girl who's newly engaged, getting ready for a wedding, who's a bit shy and timid sometimes, and just so happens to run a business. So it's okay for you to create something that is like yourself. So I'm not talking about being fake or creating something that's not you. No, because the business owner inside you it's inside you, and it can come out. So just create something that can block and shield any earthly pain and harm that can come your way. Because I have Ronnika Ann, I'm protected. So if someone talks about me or talks about my business, they're not talking about me personally. They're not attacking me personally. So I won't take it personal. So that's the biggest thing first when becoming a business owner. Understanding that your social media pages, your life, or any aspect of what you have going on digitally is no longer private. So you have to make sure that everything that you're doing publicly is okay to do and is a good reflection to you, your business, and your clients. So if you are representing a gospel artist, or if you're representing a public figure, you have to understand your brand also needs to be protected as well, because eventually you can affect your client's brand. So now, get out of the crowded room. I talk about this topic a lot because a lot of people are business owners. A lot of people are publicists. A lot of people are event planners. So how can you make yourself stick out differently than other publicists and other event planners? And I tell people all the time, simply just be yourself. Like the fact that I'm a Southern belle, the fact that I'm a little shy, the fact that, I have a little Southern twang, it doesn't matter. That's who I am, and that's what makes my clients like me. That's what makes my business stick out. And let who you are and your personality. So if you are an honest person, your business will be honest. If you're not an honest person, your business won't be honest. So let who you are your business. If I answer the phone at 9 o'clock at night, that means my business is still open at 9 o'clock at night. So you are your business. I have a work phone. I have a personal phone. I have a work computer. I have a personal computer. I really do. I have two computers. So you just want to make sure that you do separate the two, but still realize that overall you are your brand. You are your business. So the best way to step out of that crowded room is to simply just be yourself. Brand yourself and pay close attention to the details of your company. It will make you different than others in your industry. So when you're choosing the name of your business, what does that name mean? So IGNPR stands for ingenious. Ingenious stands for creativity, different, smart, intelligent. So when you're thinking about a business name, think about something you are. Are you intelligent? Are you smart? Are you business? Are you a business owner? Think about a word that no one can take because it means you. So that's how you can stay out the crowded room. Take a nugget out of the social media tip jar. Now, one thing about social media is it's the quickest way to see your competitors. It's the quickest way to see your colleagues. But you don't want to steal from social media. You want to be inspired, okay? Make sure you stay inspired. So don't necessarily take and, I love this quote. Let me copy and paste it and say that I said it. No. It's okay to share another person's quote. It's okay to share another person's status. So just take a tip out of it. Don't steal from social media, because then you would not be creating an honest brand. Okay? Also, learning how to pitch your business. So if I asked you right now, what did you do for your company? Would you be able to tell me? What do you do? Or would you just say, oh, I do everything and anything? No, that's not a good answer. You should specifically be able to tell your audience, your potential client, your colleague, or any other person that asks you what is the specific thing that you do for your company, not what your company does. There's a difference. So for my company, we do PR, we do graphics, we do branding, we do crisis management, but I'm not a graphic designer. So if someone asks me, Ronnika, what do you do for a living? I wouldn't say, oh, I do everything, that I do this, that. Absolutely not. You never know. You could be talking to an investor. Pitch. You should be able to tell your audience the specific thing that you do for your company. That's correct. That's absolutely correct. And for your company's brand, your company should be broken up in many different departments and levels and tiers and different things like that, that talks about the different things that you do, or that can execute the different things that your business does. But that doesn't mean you have to do everything. Do you handle HR? You handle hire and fire for your interns? You probably do as the CEO, but that's your human resources department. Okay? What about the legal? Your back office, the things your lawyer does. Okay? So make sure you understand specifically what you do, and then create departments for things in your business that your business has to do, and then you go from there. Okay? That goes more into my second book when we talk about business branding and the inside of your business. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to tweet me or Lindsey. We could put a pin there and revisit, because I don't want to, get off track. I want to talk about self-branding, but you want to make sure you understand specifically what you do for your business. Okay? Don't be afraid to go for it. If you have an idea, if you want to write a book, if you, thank you so much, you guys. If you want to write a book, if you want to start a business, if you want to create another division, go for it. Stop waiting for permission and stop asking for permission. I'm going to let you guys know this. Your friends is not going to understand everything that you do. I've been in business for 5 years. Come August 12th, my mother still doesn't understand what I do. So stop asking your friends, stop asking your family for permission. I sat down last year, a day after my vacation, and wrote a book. I was actually going to give the book out for free until my fiance read it, and he said, no, Ronnika, this is not going out for free. So I didn't ask for permission to sell my book. I didn't ask for permission to publish my book. I just did it. And now at least one book is being sold every week. Okay? Do not wait for someone to tell you to do something. You go for it. You're the boss. You create your own rules. Yes, you should respect the other people in your industry. You should respect the foundation of that industry, and you still should understand etiquette and the do's and don'ts. However, if you are an upcoming publicist and you're doing things differently, hey, and it works, just do it. Okay? But you don't want to strike out. So that's my next tip. Don't strike out. And as a business owner, we are, and especially as women business owners, we have two things against us. We're a woman and we're black. So we have to make sure that we are careful that we don't strike out. We have to represent who we are flawlessly. I know, girls, we got so much pressure against us. And even some of the men that's watching today, you don't want to strike out. So make sure you understand, like I said before, the foundation and the etiquette of your business. And you want to make sure you want to understand how you should communicate with your audience, or with the media, or with your colleagues, or anyone that is supporting you. Understand how to communicate with them, because you only get 3 strikes. So if you don't believe me, just think about it. If your friend made you mad once, okay. She made you mad twice, But she make you mad that third time, what you gonna do? Girl, bye. Treat your business the same way. So if your business is not ready to be publicized, if you are not ready to be in the public, it's okay. I did not come out started speaking just randomly. No. I started going to seminars. I started following other women that I looked up to, and I started speaking from there. It's okay to stay in the dark for some times. If I have things going on personally and I know I would not be 100 coming out, smiling and waving to everyone, I stay inside. Because 3 strikes, you're out. So make sure that you are 100% ready before you call yourself an event planner, before you call yourself a publicist, before you call yourself a public speaker. And it's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with waiting, you guys. There's nothing wrong with learning, being an intern and training. There's nothing wrong with that. Take some public speaking classes. Read a book. There's nothing wrong with that. Train yourself on the etiquette and the foundation of your business. I guarantee you, your business will last longer. I've been through so much with my business. I've had to change my business name. I had an office. I thought I had an office. It got taken away. I've been through so much, you guys wouldn't even be surprised. And you probably heard or seen about it. And I'm still here. I'm still standing. Why? Because I have an honest business. And I haven't striked out. Because I learned from my mistakes. And I continue moving forward. And I'm not afraid to share my knowledge. I'm not afraid to share what I did wrong. I'm not afraid to share what I'm doing right. So if you have a hand that is more giving and less of a taking hand, you will survive. So instead of asking for free tips or free books from people, give to them. One publicist that I started working under for a long time is Lily Mae PR. And I used to pay for everything that she did. I paid for a book. I paid for her events. I paid for her seminars. I paid for all of that. And because she was my mentor, I invested in her so she could see how serious I am. And now I can call her for just about anything. When I think about giving up, I call her. When I'm like, oh my God, this campaign is so hard. I'm stuck. I give her a call. That's because I invested in her. So it's okay to intern if you're not ready. It's okay to work under somebody else and help build their brand if you're not ready. Hey, Elena. Hey, you guys. So like I said, don't strike out. And commit to the challenge. Stay motivated and inspired and understand your investment in public relations. So your investment in you is going to be the best thing you've ever paid for. And believe me, I'm an entrepreneur. I work full time. All my bills I pay for myself. So I understand. It costs a lot for a personal website. It costs a lot to invest in your clients if you make a mistake and, they're not able to cover that. Speaking from experience. It costs a lot to go to all these events and pay for parking. It costs a lot to buy business cards and pamphlets and books to print. It costs, but I'm letting you know, of course you have to have money management. That's a whole nother conversation. But the best thing you can invest in is yourself, because you will never let you down. So before you go buy these clothes, before you go buy these concert tickets, I don't go to concerts. I can't. When I think about buying a concert ticket, I'm like, I need a new website. I need to do this. I need a photographer. I invest in myself. And eventually, I will be rewarded where I can go to all the concerts I want in the world. I'm just 5 years in, y'all. I'm not rich. Hey, thanks, y'all, for tuning in. All right. And then understanding the difference between, I talked about this already, but I can go back to it again. Understand the difference between your brand and your business brand. At first, I was a little nervous about promoting Ronnika Ann. I was like, why do I have to do a photo shoot? Why do I have to post quotes? Why do I have to do speaking engagements? But my team literally pushed that. They was like, Ronnika, the advice you give us is the advice you should give to everyone else. So it's okay to listen to your team. Listen to your interns. Listen to the people that's the closest to you. Listen to your lawyer. They love you. Your friends are going to cheer for you. They're going to tell you to go left when you should go right. I know. But listen to the people that's business oriented. Listen to your mentors. Because you never know the advice they may give. Because the things that you're going through now can help someone else. And that's what we're here for, right? Overall, I'm sorry, got to get a little spiritual. Overall, we are here to help the next generation. We are here to let God use us and produce great work as entrepreneurs. Yes, it can get hard. Yes, you're going to have tough nights. Yes, you're going to be broke. Okay? Okay? Yes, it will be hard. Okay? But nothing should be handed to you. If your degree was handed to you, would you be as proud of it as you are getting those A's and B's and C's and then you graduated? So why would you want your business success handed to you? That's the problem. We want the success, but we don't want the responsibility. We want the possibility of success, but we don't want the responsibility of success. So make sure that you are willing to invest in yourself, invest in your brand. Let's stop. I really don't like when I hear that Black business owners have bad customer service. I don't like that at all. So you be the change you want to see. I answer the phone like this all the time. Hello, this is Ronnika. Pick the way you want to communicate to your clients and to your audience when that phone rings. Choose a signature. Choose a yearly quote. In all of my signatures and even in my team member signatures, we have a quote that we have at the bottom of our signature. And we change that every year. Share the inspiration that is used to grow your business to your clients. If your client is having a bad day, okay, get out of boss mode and be there for that client. And that's how you build longevity. Now we're talking about personal branding now. You cannot forget who you are on the inside. You can't always give, and never take. So we're going to switch it up just a little bit. We talked about how to brand on the outside from a personal perspective. We talked about how to work your social media. We talked about how to get out of the crowded room. So now let's talk about business owners on the inside. Oftentimes we give every day. Monday morning, 7 o'clock. Tuesday, 6 a.m. Wednesday, we're going. And we're not spending time to reflect on ourselves. We're not spending time to deal with that loss of a client. We're not spending time to celebrate and have a victory for gaining a client. And before you know it, you lost yourself inside of your business. You're not going to church. You're not tithing because you're scared to let go of money. Don't lose yourself. Don't lose yourself. I'm sorry, I had a phone call. Business still running. Don't lose yourself trying to grow this business. Because at the end of the day, if you're so successful and you're lost, you can have a mental breakdown. You can end up becoming bad things. I'm not going to speak any negativity in the air. However, we know, we watch the news, we see these celebrities grow and prosper. We see all of that. So just remember the things that you need to be successful. Whether it's going to church, whether it's doing community service, whether it's talking to your grandmother, talking to your niece and nephew. Go home. Take a vacation. Take a deep breath. Fall in love. Be happy. When you walk inside your household, let the business go and just be yourself. Okay? Don't forget about who you are because you don't want to get lost in your business. And if you wake up one morning and you're running your business and you're unhappy, what is the purpose of doing it? What's the point? The whole purpose to me of being an entrepreneur is to work while playing and for wealth and financial freedom. So if I'm not happy with the way my business is going, change it. If I need to take a break, adjust accordingly to take that break and go take my break. Okay? So when it comes to personal branding, don't forget about this. Don't forget about your mental health. Don't forget about your heart. Don't ever close a business or an account if you generally don't want that job. If you cannot produce for that client, don't close that job. Because before you know it, you're going to be producing bad work. And look, that's not who you are. You're not honest. Now you're lying to the client. What? But you had a car note to take care of. You had a house note to take care of. So that's why you closed that account. No. That is not the right way to run a business. Adjust your finances accordingly. You guys, it's a whole nother conversation. Adjust your finances accordingly and make sure, because if you close an account to help your pockets, you can hurt your brand. So don't think about your pockets all the time. Think about being an honest entrepreneur. Think about your self-branding. Would Ronnika close this account? Would Ronnika say this to this client? Or is this the business owner, Ronnika, talking? Okay? So make sure you understand the difference between your personal and your business brand. All right, Lindsey, you have another question? How was that? Do I need to keep going?
That was absolutely, positively amazing. You hit so many different points that I think, everybody needs to hear. If you're on live, if you're catching the replay, personal branding, I feel like we get caught up in so much because you see so many people on Instagram. You see so many, 5Ks in 3 days and 20K in 30 days and all this stuff, which is great. But you have to stay true to who you are. You have to remember what you represent. So you just touched on so many amazing things. I hope that you guys were listening to everything that she was saying, because listen, you definitely want to make sure that you are taking care of yourself. I tell you guys all the time, it's about mindset. Your mindset is key to your success in business. And so if your mind is not where it should be, that will filter over into your business.
Yes, it will.
So be mindful of that. Be mindful of, is this something that is good for both myself and my business? Do not just take on accounts to fill your bottom line, because it will fall through.
Yes.
Because you'll be stressed out and it's just not worth it. So make sure that you guys are taking these things consideration. Listen, y'all, Ronnika has me wanting to book a consultation with her. So I'm just saying, I know.
Oh, thank you, Lindsey.
Definitely got some amazing jewels. So Ronnika will be at the PR Girls Do It Better Branding Brunch. If you are a part of SBE University, we do have a discount code where you guys can get a discounted ticket. And also, Ronnika, what I'll do for your people that are listening live, I'm also going to shoot you over what the code is so that you can give that to them. And I don't mind if you put it in the group, that's fine.
Oh, thank you.
So,
thank you.
I'll send that over to you, but you guys, you definitely want to be in the building. Ronnika, I know that you are on a time schedule, so thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Like, you guys have no idea just how much knowledge that Ronnika has, just how much, just the things that she's been able to overcome within her business. I know because we're like real life friends.
Real life friends.
Right, but if y'all only knew like the wisdom and the courage and the confidence that she has, listen, she's definitely somebody that you want to follow. So make sure that you guys follow her on Instagram at Ronnika and that you also follow at IGNPR. You can go, there's a PR 4-day Facebook group you can join, and I think there's one that you can like as well. And then you also can like her personal Ronnika and public figure page. So make sure you guys are tuned in. Does anybody have any questions before Ronnika?
Yes, any questions?
And then I'm going to go into my segment.
Someone said, Tiffers, I am Tiffers, cannot wait for the brunch.
Yay!
Yay,
so
thank you, I am
excited.
Tiffers. Thank you. We cannot wait to have you. You guys have any questions?
I have a question. Can y'all hear me?
Oh, yes.
Yes, Rachel, we can hear you.
Okay, so let me go back to my notes. So earlier you spoke about having different levels to your business as far as how you're presenting it to the public. So what if you're a startup and you have, a really small business? Or what if, you're just not fully functional right now? How do you still present yourself to be that way and to be professional in that way without making it seem like you're doing too much?
So I have like two different answers for that question. So we're going to say small startup. So sometimes it determines on what type of company you're getting ready to run. Okay. So if it's like a PR firm, can you be more specific so I can be able to answer your question? So
this is our own personal business. It's a kids apparel company.
Oh, okay. So fashion, attire, retail.
Right.
So when it comes to that, I would show my knowledge in that brand first. So you can be building things in the background. So you could be doing your logo, you could be creating your content calendar, you could be creating your website, but publicly you can be sharing other inspirations that you probably would have designed to show respect to like another retailer. You can show your clothes so people can start seeing you in that industry and in that way, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? So you want to kind of promote yourself in that industry. You want to show respect to that industry, show different people things that you would do in that industry. So before I wrote a book, I shared articles that would potentially inspire my book. So I talked a lot about, PR tips and share things about business owners or how you grow a business and different things like that. So when I got ready to write my own book, people would say, oh yeah, she knows what she's talking about because she shared that article. Every time I see Ronnika, she's posting things about business related things. So it's nothing too far left. I'm not a fashion girl. I like to take pictures. I like to get dressed. I like makeup, but I don't have a fashion line. So I'm not going to always share fashion articles about Beyonce and Rihanna, even though I love it. But that's not why my audience follows me. Another example is fitness. I've lost a lot of weight and I'm into this healthy lifestyle. And I want to, honestly, you guys, I want to write for a fitness blog. I'm even talking about doing it with my personal trainer, but that's not why people follow me. So I have to figure out how can I maneuver that in the Ronnika Ann brand in some way. So just make sure you're seen in that industry, you're seen in that light.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. And we have a question from She Prays Radio Magazine. What is the best way to get mainstream media for your clients? For example, we have done blogs, blog talks, etc., but now you want to get mainstream radio. Consistency. Nothing's going to happen overnight. You have to understand the trends of media. You have to understand why media is posting different things. You have to understand the background of that media outlet. So like say if you want Wendy Williams or if you want the Steve Harvey show or if you want The Real, you guys, they feature regular people. So go watch the show. Do research and see why they featured that young lady. And see what pitch and create a pitch around why they should feature you. It's very possible for a non-celebrity person to get on these mainstream shows. And, I've learned that a lot within the past 2 years because I'm now, when I first started, I wasn't representing celebrities and I really didn't want to. But now, I'm representing more known people. And I've learned that you don't have to be a celebrity to get on mainstream. You have to have a mainstream story. That's really what it is. So if you don't have that storyline, they're not going to feature you. And don't take it personally. Just wait till it's your turn. You never know. Around Mother's Day. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. I'm happy I answered your question. Like around Mother's Day, if you have something that's related, that has something to do with Christmas or Thanksgiving, give it a stab around that time. But you have to understand that sometimes these shows are pre-recorded. They do go on a hiatus where they're not recording for a certain period of time. So you have to understand the trends of the media outlet, and the consistency will make it happen. You're welcome, She Prays Radio Magazine. Thank you. All right. We have any other questions? Those were two great questions, you guys. All right, Lindsey, I think we're good.
All right. Well, thank you again so very much. Thank you to everybody that is on. I don't know if they can hear me or not.
Yes, they can.
Oh, okay. Hey, guys. For everybody that is on the PR for a Day Live, like I said, I'm going to shoot you over that code once we wrap up. But do not go away if you are on live here via our Zoom link, because I'm about to dive into what it really takes for you to...
Oh, Lindsey, another question just came in. It's pretty good.
Okay.
I don't want to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is a really good question. What is your advice for gaining clients if you are not publicizing your business yet? That's a really good question. So we have to go a little bit deeper. Why are you not publicizing your business? If you're not publicizing your business, that probably means it's not ready. So you shouldn't gain clients. You can intern in that industry to gain clients, or to gain a rapport, to gain a reputation. So it just depends on why you're not publicizing your business. Because once you get to a certain part of your career, so for instance, Beyonce's publicist, she doesn't have to promote her business because her work speaks for her. So we have to know, it has to come from a place of why you're not publicizing. Are you not publicizing because you don't have a team? Are you not publicizing because you're not branded yet? So you have to kind of understand why you're not publicizing. But I wouldn't recommend you to have a client if your business is not ready. That came from I Am Tiffers, Lindsey.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, you guys, I am about to dive into part 2 of tonight's class, which will be going over how to pitch. We'll be going over the different tactics that you need to create, press surrounding your brand, surrounding your business or your clients. And also, just to piggyback on that last question, you definitely want to make sure that no matter what the reasoning is for you not...
All right, you guys, thank you so much. Lindsey's class is still going on, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here on my live. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and remember to follow RonikaAnn.com, Ronika Ann on Facebook, and Ronika Ann on Instagram. And don't forget to follow PR for a Day and IGN PR. Thank you guys so much. I'm truly thankful for you guys for joining in today, and you have a great evening. Goodbye.